Going with that small backcourt, would you lose if you have to go more conventional if Jeremy can't go?
We'll see. I mean, we'll see where Jeremy is. We still got to kind of figure that thing out. He's exactly what's bothering him so much. But Jeremy's a tough kid, so for him not to play, especially in a big game like that, it had to really be bothering him quite a bit. We're going to have to just make do. Patrick is a heck of a little competitor. He's going to go out there and do his thing, and we'll just have to fill around it.
What are the benefits of when you can go with the 2 point guards in at once?
Well, you just get what we talked about after the first game. We didn't have nearly enough movement. They were able to stay big, and they stayed big last night, which I thought they would. I mean, and if they stay big, it drags one of those bigs out of there, so there's more room to penetrate and get to the rim. And with Jeremy out there, it just gives you another ball handler, a secondary guy to break the defense down. With them, with all the switching and all the stuff they do, you got to break that shell. They kind of put a tight shell out there. But once you break that shell and get on the inside, a lot of stuff can open up. And we had, looking at the film last night and this morning again, we had a lot of good catch and shoot threes, open threes, where we just, that's why we have to play. We don't have a dominant inside presence. A lot of our inside points finishing on dunks and tip dunks and Greg, the same thing. But it's our guys going in there and making plays against their bigs and then kicking it out.
Coach, does losing the element of surprise, them having a couple days now to prepare for the small lineup, the zone and everything, does that factor into where this goes from now at all?
Yeah, we'll find out. We have to make a few adjustments on stuff we've done, and but they'll make that's the fun thing about playing a playoff series. They'll make some adjustments. I'm sure they'll come out. They want to. They've been in some big playoff series as a team before. They were in the finals last year. They know Game 3 is a huge game. The difference between 3-0 and 2-1 is night and day. And our guys are, got to go out there and we got to play well. We have a good home crowd. We've played well here all year long, so I anticipate we'll play well.
What made the zone so much more effective than the few times that you tried it during the regular season?
Yeah, guys were moving in the zone, trying to take away some of the stuff that they were doing, and it was just, it's one of those things where. I'm sure they'll make adjustments, and I'm sure Scotty's looking at their offense versus the zone and trying to make some adjustments.
Was that a special for the occasion thing, or could you go with a more steady diet of that?
We'll see.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
How impressed are you with the progress of Beverly and what he's done?
Patrick's just a good kid. He works hard. He's a fun guy to coach. He doesn't quit on a play. He just gives you a second and third effort steady. He's just a little fighter, and that's what you got to have in our league. If you're going to win the biggest of games, you either better be feisty and tough like he is, or just ultra talented and be the most talented guy on the floor. It's hard to be that guy, and it's Patrick. But Patrick brings a real fire to him that I like. I've always liked him.
You mentioned in the post-game press conference in December he was in St. Petersburg, Russia. Mm-hmm. For him to be there. To getting your confidence to start him in a playoff game, how far did he have to come with you?
He just played. I liked him when we first had him. He just played. He goes out and it doesn't matter to Patrick if we're playing upstairs at the practice facility or if we're playing in Oklahoma City in Game 2. He just plays hard. He knows one way to do things. He does it hard. He plays hard in practice. He plays hard in games. And if you do that, if you play hard all the time, that's who you are. And so he doesn't have to amp it up. He doesn't have to do anything. And that's what you try to tell every player. If you go out there and you practice hard and do stuff all the time, it comes natural. And that's what it does for him. So I've always liked him.
James said after the game, because of what y'all did last night, gives his team confidence going into Game 3. How much does that help that y'all pushed him? It was there. It was gettable.
It was a game that I thought we'd let him off the hook a little bit. They had stepped into a couple threes that we could have got up on, and Chandler got tangled up with Perkins, trying to rotate out to a Cephalosha 3. And we had some chances, and we had some really good shots. We had probably 10 or 11 shots right at the rim that we missed, and we had another 9, 10 for us. Our good shots just open, feet set, open threes, and those are the shots we're going to have to make. And with the help of our crowd and a lot of enthusiasm in there, and our guys going to play the same way. We got to pass, we got to move, we got to cut. We can't hold the ball, If we do those things, we'll give ourselves a chance.
I know that it's playoff basketball, but were you at all bothered by the elbow that Perkins gave Harden underneath?
Oh, that's going to happen. I mean, come on. No. Everybody's got two elbows. We have them too.
Anything else?